Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our boys basketball and cheerleading senior night. Tonight we honor 7 student athletes who have contributed to the success of our boys basketball and cheerleading programs throughout their careers here at Speedway High School. Our first senior this evening is cheerleader Sophie Lawal. Sophie is escorted by her sisters Cynthia, Sally, Stefanat, and her uncle Ade. Sophie has cheered for 4 years, ran track for 4, and is also a member of the student council, band, prom committee, freshman mentor, SELT team, and the multicultural club. Sophie's most influential educator here at Speedway has been Tim Kurtz. She chose Mr. Kurtz because he is one of the only teachers that really understands students, which is very helpful and appreciated. Sophie plans to attend Indiana University and major in fashion designing and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Sophie Lawal. Our next senior is cheerleader Aubrey Proctor. Aubrey is escorted by her parents, Chris and Chris, sister Sarah, and brother-in-law Dan. Aubrey is in her 4th year cheerleading and has also ran track for 2 and was the baseball manager for 3 years. She has also participated in choir, student council, and a member of the National Honor Society. Aubrey's most influential educator here at Speedway has been Eileen Tepp. She chose Mrs. Tepp because she has helped Aubrey use her potential and showed her the kind of educator she wants to be. Aubrey plans to attend Ball State University and major in mathematics to become a math teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Aubrey Proctor. Ladies and gentlemen, our next senior is number 20, Toby Cork. Toby is escorted by his parents, Scott and Sonia. Toby has played 4 years of basketball, 4 years of soccer, and has been on the track team for 3 years. He is also a member of the FCA and National Honor Society. Toby's most influential educator here at Speedway has been Mr. Brian Passwater. He chose Mr. Passwater because he appreciates how he pushes him not to only be good, but to be his best. Toby plans to attend Purdue University's College of Engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, number 20, Toby Cork. Ladies and gentlemen, our next senior is number 24, Landon Short. Landon is escorted by his mom, Christy, and sisters, Mallory and Kendall. Landon is in his 4th year playing basketball and has also played on the golf team for 1 year, football for 4, and has ran track for 2. He is a member of the FCA and SALT team. Landon's most influential educator here at Speedway has been Matt Taylor. He chose Mr. Taylor because he is great. He's a great teacher and even a better man to look up to. Landon plans to attend Indiana University and study business. Ladies and gentlemen, number 24, Landon Short. Our next senior is number 32, Devin Robinson. Devin is escorted by his mom, Anitria, dad Charles, and brother Bryce. He's played basketball all 4 years here at Speedway and has also participated in football for 4 and track and field for 3. Devin is a member of the SALT team and National Honor Society. His most influential educator here at Speedway has been Jacqueline Disney. Devin chose Mrs. Disney because she was an excellent teacher and saw his better qualities and still supports him in everything he does. Devin plans to attend Indiana University and study sports management and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, number 32, Devin Robinson. Our next senior is number 55, Cameron Wright. Cam is escorted by his parents, Nick and Becky, and brother Caden. This is Cam's 1st year playing basketball here at Speedway. He's also played football for 1 year. Cam's most influential educator here at Speedway has been Scott Morrow. He chose Mr. Morrow because he has always been there for him and helped him with his transition to a new school. And most importantly, Mr. Morrow genuinely cares about his students. plans to play basketball at an undecided college. Ladies and gentlemen, number 55, Cam Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, our last senior is manager Camden Outlaw. Camden is escorted by his mother Jennifer and father Alan. He's been a manager for the basketball team for 3 years and also plays tennis and golf. Camden is a member of the Student Council and National Honor Society. Camden's most influential educator here at Speedway has been Brian Passwater. He chose Mr. Passwater because he helps all of his students whenever they need something. Camden plans to attend Purdue University and study agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Manager Camden Outlaw. Let's give another round of applause to these great senior athletes, cheerleaders, and managers on their successes and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to a snowy Pollard Gymnasium, where tonight the Speedway Sparkplugs will take on the Bethesda Christian Patriots. Actually, our second to last home game of the season. We will end up at home tomorrow afternoon, I think, with a 4:30 varsity tip with the Cecina. So I'm here, as always, pregame with Coach Charles Bennett. Coach, we had a little activity after the game last week against Metropolitan. I didn't really get too much of a chance to talk a lot about that game. I just remember the end of it ended with an incredible shot. But just a few last thoughts on that game, if you would.
After going back, sometimes it's good for coaches to have 4 days before you play again, and then not so good for players sometimes. But we were able to analyze the film, and there were about 10 plays in that game that could have went either way. And if we would have just won one of those 10 plays, I think we would have won the game. And so just going back telling our kids, hey, let's just try to eliminate those plays that we don't win. Could be a 50-50 ball. Could be just a defensive lapse. It could be we only had 8 turnovers for the game, which is awesome, but we had 5 in the third quarter. You'll remember we had stretched out like a 6-point lead, and then 3 of those 5 came in the last 2 minutes where they scored and retook the lead. So just kind of a change in momentum and things of that nature. And so more than anything, I think it was a learning. We've had several games this year that have hinged on one possession, basically, when you break it down. So, in a game of 10 possessions, if we can eliminate that down to just 5, then we feel like we got a good chance. So learning opportunity. It's a shame to lose one because we could have got to 9-9. And at this point in the year, we're still pushing for double-digit wins. This group's done a nice job of showing up and all that, but we've had two pretty good days of practice. Our first 2 this week weren't good, but the last 2 have been real good, so we're looking forward to tonight. Good.
We might touch on this tomorrow, although we got a lot going on tomorrow. Tonight, obviously, is senior night, but Sunday, a big day around the state of Indiana. The IHSA TV Network, Champions Network, the sectional draw.
Right.
Any plans for that with your team?
Usually we let the kids go. They usually go to BW3 on their own, and then I have the coaches over. I've had the coaches over forever, and then, of course, in this day and age, as soon as it happens, you can tweet or text with your kids and tweet it out and all that stuff. So they usually like to go do the BW3s, and we just go to my house. And so we'll be watching, yes, because I think our sectionals is wide open as any sectional. And so games have been competitive amongst the teams in there. If you look at the strength of schedule of some of the teams, like Ritter's played a really strong schedule, even though they're 8-12, and they've actually secured the conference this year. They finished with 1 loss in the conference, and they beat Triton the other night. So, our game next week, essentially the Tritons for second place in the conference, which we thought we got to get Cecina tomorrow too, I guess, but not to look that far ahead. But, so we still got some things to play for there. But, extremely competitive. Crystal House has played well all year, and Purdue Poly has played well, and Washington did a nice job in the city tournament. So I think it's going to be a battle. And, some people say, well, it depends on the draw, but really you're going to have to play all those teams at some point. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. You mentioned about how balanced the sectional was. I went down the list of the Jeff Sagrin ratings, who many times is very accurate in what he says. And I think of the 64 sectionals, there were only 3 or 4 where the top team to the bottom team in the sectional had more of a discrepancy in the point value than what we do. Right. So it tells you right there it's the draw will have a lot to do with it, but the draw is no good unless you win those games. Right. So let's go ahead and talk about a Bethesda Christian team coming here tonight with a 9-game winning streak. Winners of 11 of the last 12. Play a very difficult schedule. In my mind, probably a more difficult schedule early in the season than later. But a very good team, and I look on the scouting report that you handed us earlier, and something that really caught my eye was number 2, Luke Douglas, best player we played against all year, because I thought the player that we played against Lebanon was pretty good as well. Tell us a little bit about what we should expect from the Patriots. Yeah, Luke Douglas. He's only played 9 games, so I've seen an ankle brace on him, so I wasn't sure if he was out the first 5 games. And then they've got a set of twins, Sam Mulligan and Isaac. Isaac, yeah. So they've been playing forever, it seems like. But so Sam had led him in scoring up until now. But Luke Douglas, we've seen him twice in person, once on film. And I know we say the best player, and of course, Caden Lark from Lebanon was very good. We had played Max Boer from Greenwood. I mean, we've seen some very good players come through. But just his presence and how hard he plays, There's no wasted energy. There's no wasted shots. He can go to the glass and score. He can shoot from outside, and he has an uncanny knack of when he gets around the volleyball line, when he goes up, he can finish with left or right hand. It looks as natural as anything. So, of course, we got Devin Robinson, who we've hung our hat on all year long. So definitely looking forward to that battle with those two. We're out tonight with Landon Short. He has a concussion, so they have a 6'8" kid inside. So we'll lean on Camden Bennett to start off with, but then Drew Metallic might have to go in there, and then we might look to play a little zone too.
Good. But
they shoot the ball pretty well, so we'll see what happens. And then we talked to our kids a lot this week too, because they push the ball extremely well, get easy shots. So if our transition defense not on point, I mean, they can run off 10 or 12 right off the bat. And you look at their shooting percentage inside the arc, they're almost 55% for a team. Outside, they're 30. So that tells me they're getting the runouts and all that. So I'm looking forward to an emotional night, though, because, it's senior night. Obviously, like I said, Landon's out, but we'll start Toby Cork tonight. What a phenomenal young man who's filled his role all year long, made 2 big free throws early in the year against Monrovia. Hadn't played a whole lot, but, we're going to start our seniors. And so looking forward to watching us play. And then we'll see also, too, how Kendrick Kaiser comes along. A.J. Lund's going to have to play a little bit tonight because of all those things. So we'll be a little bit young, but we've got good kids that will play hard. I don't know how good it'll look, but we'll play hard. So it's going to be a fun night.
Okay, good. Well, because of the fact that Mother Nature played some tricks on us and has put the snow over to later in the year as opposed to earlier, which we normally get, we probably will not be doing a post-game interview tonight just so we can get people home and get them home safe. So we'll be back tomorrow to talk to you before the Cecina game, and best of luck, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be back in a little bit with the lineups for tonight's game. Welcome back, basketball fans, once again to Pollard Gymnasium, where this evening the Speedway Spark Plugs will be welcoming the Bethesda Christian Patriots. Bethesda Christian comes into the game with a record of 14-7, winners of 9 games in a row, 10 out of the last 11. Speedway coming in at 8-10 after a heartbreaking last-second shot last week against Indianapolis Metropolitan, looking to turn those fortunes back around. Once again, I'm here with Coach Clampett. Shane, looking down Bethesda, and I knew you did as well, the schedule on the season for a single-A team, that's not going to sound real impressive, but they have the 91st strongest schedule in the state of Indiana. And I want to go through just a few of the teams that they've played this year. They've played 9 ranked teams. A lot of these were early in the season, so their schedule was more front-loaded. But they've played Danville, who's 11th in 3A, Westfield, who is 5th in 4A, New Pal, who's 15th in 4A, took Tipton down to the wire. Tipton is 2nd in the state, with their only loss coming to Kokomo. Park Tudor, who's 3rd in 2A, Greenwood Christian, who's 5th in 1A. So go down right the line. Shane, they've got a really good schedule, and Speedway does too. What would you be looking for, especially now tonight Landon Short will not be playing. He's in the concussion protocol. How would you handle losing a good player like I'm sure you guys do in football all the time?
Yeah, I think it's just, the old adage, next man up. Another opportunity. I know Toby Quirk's going to start tonight. A great kid, great senior. I'm sure he's looking forward to it. And we'll see more from guys like Kendrick Kaiser. A.J. Lund will play a little more. And then you're still looking for guys like Devin Robinson and Cam Reich and those other seniors, Metallic, to step up and play hard. And I think they will. I know they will, actually. It's a very tight-knit group of seniors, and they'll play hard for Landon tonight.
Well, the Patriots come in, the starting lineup, and I'll do this real quickly here. Their perimeter people, 6'1 junior, Steve Tierney, number 4, Tierney. Sam Milligan, 6'1 senior, averaging 16.3. Sam's number 3. Twin brother Isaac Milligan, 6'1 senior, averaging 6.5 points a game. Isaac will be number 0. Their inside players, Luke Douglas, 6'3 senior, number 2, averaging 15.8. And Cooper Jackson coming in, one of the tallest players the Plugs will play against this year, 6'8". Cooper is a senior, number 11, averaging 6.5 points a game. Spark Plugs will have one change in their lineup tonight, as we just mentioned. Perimeter people will be Drew Metallic, Devin Robinson, and you mentioned Toby Cork. And inside players tonight will be Camden Bennett and Cameron Reich.
Concession stand is open and is located on the second level of the gymnasium opposite the American flag. Structures are located on the second level of the gym in the hallway behind the American flag, and on the lower level in the hallway by the North 13 entrance. Speedway High School is proud to have select physical therapy and sports medicine providers. The athletic department would like to thank team physician Dr. Conan Chick and athletic trainer Katie Keller for their efforts to keep our athletes free from injury. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask all fans to act responsibly and courteously to those around them. Abusive language and negative behavior is unacceptable at all IHSAA events. Let's afford the players, coaches, and officials the respect they deserve. Thank you for being a good sport. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag as we honor our country with the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by Aubrey Proctor.
Whose broad stripes
job singing the national anthem by Aubrey Proctor. You know, Shane, we talked about the fact that this is senior night, and senior nights can go one way or can go the other way. A lot of emotions. Sometimes it feeds into a really positive energy. It always feeds into a positive energy, but sometimes players try to do a little bit too much, and you just never know how things are going to respond. I would like to say Coach Bent starting Toby Cork tonight and mentioned what a great role player that he is. And so many times I know even on broadcast we probably do not mention everybody on the team as much as we should, but everybody's role that they have to play on the team, how important is it? It's super important. I look at, and I'm a Purdue guy, but I look on that team. They got a Mr. Basketball from Indiana and a Mr. Basketball from Pennsylvania coming off the bench and playing probably less than 15 minutes a game and contributing heavily, and last night was a big example. And Toby tonight the same way. You know, kudos and hats off to everybody on every team, no matter what their role is. You got to play it at your best.
Oh, absolutely. You know, people don't realize how much it takes to get the whole thing going in the right direction. And you know, Camden Outlaw senior manager, people don't realize how important those people are to their coaches. All the things that they do behind the scenes to help practice run smoothly. So, you know, we know as coaches, and I know I always try to make sure people know, especially those seniors, how I feel about them. But yeah, you're right. Every role is so important. It takes the whole village to get this thing, and in Speedway, it's nice because it is a whole village that helps. So.
Yeah. You know, I was at a clinic one time many years ago, and Joe Dean was one of the speakers. Joe Dean was a coach in the Southeastern Conference. He was an announcer, and he had a son who was a good player, was not a great player in high school, and he wanted to go to Kentucky, and he could go as a walk-on, and his dad told him, "You're not going to get to play very much," and he goes, "Dad, I'm going to be the best fourth guard in the country." And what a great attitude to have. You can't be willing to embrace those roles. You have to want to do it. Willing is still kind of a word that I would like to be a little bit stronger. But yeah. So anyway, good for Toby and good for the Spark Plugs. Of course, Toby's dad played for me, Scott Cork, many years ago.
The one-man press breaker.
Yes, he was. We never had a press breaker. It was him.
Plugs will start out. I think they were a man. Didn't get matched up. Yeah. Isaac Milligan with the first three. Bethesda looked like they could really shoot the ball in warm-ups.
I noticed that.
Speedway moving the ball around the perimeter. Bethesda's in a man-to-man, not helping. Good drive. Looks like they're going to just face guard Cam Reich, which we've seen quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Reich will take it out of bounds for the Plugs. Ball swung around to Toby Cork. Back to Cam Reich, deep three. Bethesda with the rebound, pushing the ball. Milligan to Douglas. Milligan. And Cooper Jackson with the two.
Cooper Jackson averaging 6.4 points a game. Most of these statistics are not exactly up to date, but very close.
Yeah, I watched him in warm-ups. He's got nice hands and a decent touch around the basket. Toby Cork on the wing. Into Cam Reich. Step back three. Misses it. Toby almost with a steal. Milligan driving. Douglas for three. Good.
Douglas on the season shooting 43% from three-point line and averaging 15.8 points a game. Shane, this has been kind of a common theme here. I know in the last couple of games, getting behind early in the game, 6-8 to nothing. We've been able to come back. But yeah. I think this is a little bit different animal tonight. Bethesda Christian coming in with a really nice ball club. Sectional that they are in is Metropolitan, who obviously Speedway played last week, and probably the two best teams in that. International, Indiana School for the Deaf, Traders Point Christian, Indiana Math and Science, and MTI Knowledge. So probably the draw in that section will come down between this team, Bethesda Christian, and Metropolitan.
Yeah, I would say Bethesda's probably the favorite.
Yeah.
1-3-1 by, well, half-court trap by the Bethesda
Patriots.
Patriots, there you go. I couldn't think of it. Kept saying, I want to say the Christians. No, the Bethesda Christian Patriots. Good diagonal pass, nice. Camden Bennett, good. Good look by Cam Reich. Lugs back in man-to-man. Lagan driving. Miss of a three there. That was Sam Malagan.
This is a fourth game in this series. Fourth year we've played Bethesda. Bethesda holds a 2-1 lead in that series.
Cam on the wing. Moving the ball around the perimeter. Metallic with the drive. Good move, just missed it. Bethesda pushing the ball. Resetting here. Little post up. In and out. Tierney for three.
Tierney averaging 7 points a game, shooting 32% from three. And as you mentioned, inside, outside, great way to go for three-pointers.
Diagonal pass to Camden Bennett for three from the corner. Good. Good look by Cam Reich again. Bethesda looking to drive, kick. Missed by Isaac Malagan. Cam Wright looking to get into the offense. Metallic to Toby. Devin Robinson for three. Misses it. Toby Cork battles. Pull-up jumper, good defense, good rebound by Metallic. Toby Cork for three, short.
Bethesda Christian wasting no time getting the ball down the floor.
No, they're playing four guards with one big inside. Here comes a set by the Patriots. Three, misses. Metallic drive, good drop pass, off. Camden Bennett. With all Sparkplug 7 points so far. The junior on senior night,
yeah,
getting us going. Another three by the Patriots. This one's good by Isaac Malagan. They have shot quite a few threes to start this
Pretty
game
simple
off.
To see what they love doing, driving the lane and kicking back out to the same same side.
Cam Reich with a good look that time. Miss. They got the ball kind of stuck on the wing. They got it back out, swing it. Three again. Oh. Good. Douglas. That is their 5th three of the first quarter already. Plugs down 17-7. Cam Reich bringing it up. Minute 40 left. Devin Robinson looking to drive. Double. Good skip to Toby. Toby for 3. Good battle. Bennett doesn't come up with it. Toby Cork battling.
Toby Cork's almost came up with 2 steals in the last 2 possessions, just not quite.
Douglas for 3.
Patriots averaging around 53 a game, but they're off to a real hot start.
Devin Robinson gets a shot blocked by Cooper Jackson. Timeout Bethesda.
I'm not really sure what there is to talk about, Shane. Seems to me they're playing really well right now, shooting the ball really well. I know when it goes in, it always looks like you're playing well.
Yeah, but they've done a good job of driving and kicking or entering it in and then kicking it back out. I don't think they haven't taken bad threes.
No, not at all.
All of them been pretty well in the offense. All of them look like they shoot it pretty well. The Douglas kid looks like he can shoot it really well. He's got a nice shot. Plugs need to dig in here and get a stop.
Yeah.
49 seconds. Maybe Bethesda's looking at playing for one shot here. This is right at that line where you want to, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, especially you got the momentum going, and sometimes when you do that with this much time to go in a quarter, you kind of take away that momentum you've built up. But we'll see. It was an odd time, I think, and I looked at it for a timeout, but Coach Grubaum's had an idea what he wanted to do, and we'll find out right now what it is. Speedway thought maybe they'd change defenses there, but they didn't.
No, they did bring in Kendrick Kaiser, sophomore, who's been playing better and better as the years goes along for Toby Cork. Maybe he'll give us a little spark off the bench. Inside, outside. Yep. Lagan again, back to Douglas with the drive. Misses that one. Speedway ball.
18.7 seconds to go till the end of the first quarter.
Cam Reich. Bring it up. Foul there on Maverick Braun. I think he got Devin in the face there on accident.
Very clean first quarter, not a lot of turnovers. 2 fouls on Bethesda Christian. No team fouls yet on the Spark Plugs.
Oh, Kaiser with a little runner, doesn't get it to go.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Fast played quarter with the score Bethesda Christian 20, Speedway 7. I was talking to Coach Bennett before the game. A big day Sunday, Shane. It's the IHSA tournament draw. I believe it starts at 5 o'clock. If you want to watch that, it's on the IHSA TV, Champions Network.
That's a great day.
It's a great day. And I mentioned this, I think, last year, and I'm going to go back and research this, but I mentioned this to Greg Rakestraw when he was up here that one day. I really think the NCAA kind of got that idea because the IHSA has been doing this for years. NCAA it's Selection Sunday, but I think I'm going to go back and look to see when the IHSA started doing this. I remember before you were even born, Shane, the draw was made like on a school day morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, not on TV, not on radio or anything, and the results would come out throughout the day. But now this is a big production, and usually Coach Lovell does it with Greg Rakestraw, and and those guys do their research work. They know about every team in the state, who the favorites are, who the great players are, who's having the great seasons.
Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, as a player sitting around with your friends, waiting for it, or as a coach when you all get together and nervous, but it's exciting.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what kind of year you had. Everybody's 0-0. I know that's an old adage.
Cam Reich with the drive, but it's a good Sunday, that's for sure.
So that's Sunday. We probably will mention this again tomorrow, and it's Sunday at 5 o'clock, I believe. If that's not correct, I'll let you know tomorrow.
Inside into the big kid, good move. Yeah, Cooper Jackson, nice left hand there. Cam Reich bringing it up. High ball screen for him. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. Drew Metallic out top for three. Good. Looked good for Metallic when it left his hand. Plugs down 10, 7 minutes left. Douglas. Payne's got the ball now. Inside. I think he traveled. Yeah, good call. Milligan with the travel. Reich bringing the ball up. Drew Metallic off the ball screen. Three. Good. Tough shot by Metallic.
Very tough.
Got the switch from Jackson and step back three on him.
With Lanton short out tonight, I got a feeling that we're going to have to get a big game from Drew Metallic offensively to stay in this. Nice back
door,
cut.
Douglas.
Beautiful. So far, Patriots been really efficient offensively, taking good shots.
Metallic looking to attack again. He's got it going.
Yes, he does.
He's got it going. Timeout Speedway. It's a really good job. Got the switch again from Jackson. That time lulled him to sleep, drove right by him. Good finish. Plugs battling back here.
At times you take for granted the advancement that Drew Metallic has made this year, the improvement that he's made over from last year. Being only a sophomore, a lot to look forward to in the next 2 years.
Well, I think, it's a good and bad part about having a brother that was good right before him. Nate was a heck of a player and doing really well at Wabash this year. And so Drew's kind of slid in, and he's so good, and he's a Metallic. But you forget he's just a sophomore because, him and Nate, same body type, both big, long guards. And I know Nate's going to hate me to say this, but I think Drew's probably going to end up being a little bit better. I know. Hey, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
People used to ask me that about my brother. I'm like, I want him to be better than me. I won't say that at Christmas time.
No. Or in any kind of competition of any sort on the card table or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean.
Plugs in the 3-2 zone here. Good switch by Coach Bennett. Milligan for three.
Wow.
Good. Had him a little bit out of search there for a minute. Cam Wright with the drive. Charge. That's a tough one. I think he was a little deep.
I did too. That is, and I know we mentioned this probably last week, but that's one rule I wish the IHSA would incorporate, is that half circle underneath would just take away a lot of the judgment. Wouldn't take away all the judgment on those calls, but would take away a lot of it. Nice cut inside.
Yeah, really good cut by Sam Milligan. Yeah, Bethesda's really skilled offensively.
Skilled, and I know I've used the word efficient tonight, but I'm probably going to use it many more times because they just seem to be getting good shots.
Kaiser drops it off to Cam Bennett. Bennett misses the short corner jump shot. Milligan pulls up, missed that one. Metallic here. Getting a little double team. Gets a foul call. Looks like the Patriots will do that a little bit, kind of double in opportunities, kind of run and jump a little bit. They may know we're a little short-handed, and they're playing 7, 8 guys right now.
They've won 3 sectionals in their history. 2006 was their first tournament. 2009, 2021, and 23. So 2 of the last 3 years, I'm sure many of these players were part of the sectional championship team last year. So they know how to win.
I got a question for you, Coach Probst. What were they in before they were IHSA? With the Christian schools, they won some state championships when they were non-IHSA affiliate. Good move by Devin Robinson.
I'm not able to answer that question.
You know what I'm talking about?
But I know exactly what you mean. There used to be and I think Brownie there still is, get in there. But as you mentioned, there was a state tournament for teams that were not officially in the IHSAA full-time members. I don't know what the name of it was.
And I'm almost positive Bethesda won a couple state championships.
I think you're right. Did you mention it?
Yeah, I'm almost positive. I can tell you, Dave Carpenter, the Cascade coach, won one. I'm almost positive.
We have some time at half. We may look that up if it's available online.
And Plug's still down 10, though. They've done a good job of staying in the game. This 3-2 zone's got them slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, we did that. I say we. Speedway did that last week against Metropolitan, and I thought it was a great move going into the section. We talked about it. You got to find ways to stop momentum changes. Wow, good follow.
Yeah, Douglas with the follow. Missed by B.J. Johnson, but Douglas cleans it up.
6 seniors on the roster for the Patriots, so a lot of experience. 4 starters were seniors.
Bethesda pushing it here. Milligan to Milligan. Push ahead to Metallic.
Yep, I believe that was correct, I think. That cut up on the screen.
Yeah, I think that was some of those you're always worried about. I think that was a good, clean play both ways. I don't think there was anything malicious about the screen, anything malicious about Milligan trying to fight through it.
Yep.
Cam Bennett swings it around. Devin on the post up. Cam Reich for 3. Misses.
Little short on most of his 3s so far tonight. A little bit of fadeaway.
Yeah, Douglas with another nice backdoor and finish. Yeah, we need to get Cam going a little bit.
Yeah.
He has only got 2 so far to start the first half. Devin Robinson on the wing. Cooper Jackson guarding him.
Okay, defensively, Patriots pretty solid too. Wow, good
turnover,
steal.
Cam. Malagan tacking. It's going to be a block.
Yep.
Couldn't quite get set.
I think as the Speedway is on offense, something to keep your eye on from the Patriots standpoint of view. They always have 5 people on the ball side. The weak side defenders seem to have at least 1 foot in the paint. Very disciplined defense, if that makes sense, but they are. As I mentioned earlier,
they do a good job with their help side.
Yeah,
right.
As I mentioned earlier, 9 wins in a row, 11 of the last 12. This is a hot team coming in, getting hot at the right time of the year.
Sam Malagan makes both of them. Toby Cork, Metallic driving to Toby. A little more in rhythm there. Good. He got to step into that one. That one looked good from the get-go. Plugs, man-to-man here. Jackson looking for a ball screen. Or not Jackson, Douglas, I'm sorry. Back to Douglas out top. Swings it around to B.J. Johnson.
Under a minute to play, first half.
Malagan to Johnson, back to Malagan to Douglas. Douglas with a little pull-up jumper, misses it. Plugs running the set here, trying to get a. Looks like they're going to go one shot here.
$15 seconds.
Foul on Dion Payne.
No harm on the foul. It's the Patriots' 3rd of the quarter.
No, there's not been a lot of fouls this
No,
first
not.
half.
That's why I said it's been a clean game. Not very many turnovers.
Yeah. Both teams are playing hard too.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not getting after it. Back out to Metallic. Metallic's going to look to create here. Toby, Metallic, 5 seconds left. 3, gets it blocked. 3 again, short. And that's the half. Plugs down, 35-22.
We'll be back in just a little bit with the halftime scoring. Welcome back to Pollard Gymnasium. We're at halftime. Bethesda Christian Patriots lead the Speedway Sparkplugs 35-22. We'll get some halftime scoring in just a second. Some statistics for the first half. Just as we've been talking about, Bethesda Christian 13 out of 24 from the field. Sparkplugs 9 out of 24. Sparkplugs have not shot a free throw. Bethesda 2 for 2 from the line, so only 2 free throws in the whole first half. Speedway 1 turnover, Bethesda 1 turnover. And finally, Speedway 7 rebounds and Bethesda 12, 1 offensive rebound, which resulted in a couple of second chance points. Coach, what do we have on individual scoring?
The Plugs were led by Metallic, who had 8 in the second quarter. Got going there in his little stretch. Camden Bennett had 7 in the first quarter. Devin Robinson with 2, Cam Reich with 2, and then Toby Cork with a 3. The Patriots are led by Luke Douglas. He's got 15 with 3 threes. Sam Malagan's got 7. His twin brother Isaac's got 6. Cooper Jackson, the 6'8 center, with 4. Tierney with 3. Very efficient. All their seniors seem to be scoring and playing well.
Bethesda's biggest lead of the half came at 35-19 with 1:31 to go in the second quarter. Speedway so far has not led in the game. But I would think that, I don't know what you do to adjust. You want to make adjustments, obviously, but 13 for 24 for the first half. To get us back into the game, that's going to have to be a lot lower percentage in the second half. But that's a lot easier said than done, because this is a very well-schooled, skilled, very well-coached basketball team. As I said, they won the sectional tournament last year. And my guess would be perhaps since there's 6, 7 seniors on a team, many of these contributed heavily to that team last year. So they've been through the gambit, and all teams like this, the end of the season is when they start playing well, and that was a really fine half of basketball by the Patriots.
Yeah, they just have a lot of inside, outside.
Yeah.
They got a lot of weapons. We'll have to play really well. I did like changing defenses, gave them a little trouble. And the Plugs start off in zone here.
But at the same time, with a player out because of concussion, I thought the Plugs did a great job several times when they could have folded and they didn't.
Yeah, Tierney with the pull-up misses. Devin Robinson, good rebound there. Plugs get a stop to start the second half. Metallic. Camden Bennett driving. Gets the foul and 1.
Good way to start the half. Another unsung player, role player for the Spark Plugs. Camden Bennett does a great job.
Yep. Plugs have cut it to 10. In the zone, 3 for Douglas.
Got to get out and cover him.
Got to find him.
Yeah, that's. When you go back and look at tape, those are the things that you point out. You don't watch the entire tape, but.
Good kick. Toby Cork in rhythm that time. Short. Push by the Patriots. Douglas again. Well, I thought they were going to kick it to Douglas there. 3. Sam Malagan with the 3 there.
Matches the largest lead of the night for the Patriots.
Cam Reich with a pull-up. Misses. Rebound. Patriots.
Plugs right now in that danger area.
Tierney for 3. Good.
Maybe time to regather here and regroup.
Skip to Toby Cork. Camden Bennett through his hands. Out of bounds. Patriots ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach
Yes,
Bennett.
it was. As mentioned earlier, tomorrow afternoon, Speedway will have the final home game of the season, taking on Cecina. Crusaders actually have, I'll bring this tomorrow, but have been playing better basketball recently. I think the JV game starts at 3, varsity at 4:30. And then the regular season will end up next Friday night at Triton Central, February 23rd. Triton Central also having a really good season under new coach. I say new, and use there in quotations.
I thought that
Coach
was
James,
funny.
one of the best, most respected coaches at any level at any school. He was.
Didn't they?
I don't know how old I am now. I remember when he was at Covington High School before he came to Franklin Central, and of course Ben Davis and, winning the state championship.
And then
Perry Meridian.
Perry Meridian, yeah.
But over 600 wins, got his 600th win, I think probably the first game of the season this year at Triton Central. So going into that game, you know it'll be have to play well against a very well-coached team. And the JV coach there, Jordan Deaver, an ex-girls coach here from Speedway.
Yeah, I may make that trip.
Yeah.
Coming off, Douglas up top. Good pass.
Nice pass.
Called on the floor.
Precision right now would be the word I would use to describe offensively the Patriots.
Yeah, I would say they do a really good job playing together. They do a really, this right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they have done a really good job of moving the basketball, not forcing. They look like a team that really doesn't care who scores.
No.
Cork to Devin Robinson, back to Cam Reich. There's a better three. Bang. You can tell he got his feet underneath him.
Wasn't leaning.
Wasn't leaning, yeah. Douglas for three, missed that one. Rebound, back out. Just there, Milligan to Milligan. Isaac could have shot it, swings it to Sam. A little better shot.
And no matter how you execute, again, when the ball goes in, you look really good.
Yeah. Devin Robinson, Milligan on the drive. Tierney, he's going to get the foul. But, I've always said, Coach Probst, if you make the right play over and over again, the basketball gods reward you and the ball goes in a little more. I've always thought that if you make the extra pass, more likely it's going to go in than it won't. I don't know. There's something about that.
And it's, when you talk, we've talked about this before, good shots have a lot more to do with just where a player is good from shooting from. It's rhythm, it's are you squared, it's time, it's score, it's distance, it's a lot of things. But you're exactly right. One extra pass so many times results in an easier shot. And they get a lot of easy shots, and I'm not speaking bad of our defense, but they get a lot of easy shots due to how they play offense.
Yeah. Tierney makes both of them. Trap on Metallic into Devin Robinson. Back out to Cam Reich for three. Good.
There you go.
Plugs down 20. Milligan with the drive. Back out. Cooper Jackson for three. Misses. Offensive rebound. Patriots. Another three. Hits up top. Misses. Tierney missed that one, I believe.
I saw the Patriots bench started to rise in unison when Jackson took that shot. He's only had, I believe, again, some of these stats are not completely up to date, but he's only attempted 2 or 3 three-pointers on the season. So that was, had that gone down, it would have been a big eruption over there on that bench.
Half-court trap, little 1-3-1 trap by the Patriots. Kendrick Kaiser misses the three. Bennett with the rebound, blocked by Cooper Jackson. Devin Robinson going back at it, gets the foul. Devin's going to shoot 2. Makes the first one.
Devin, tough night tonight. It seems like he's gotten a little frustrated at times. I think having a 6'8" player defending you at least part of the game has been frustrating for him.
Legan with the drive, drop off
wow,
to Cooper
nice
Jackson,
pass.
and the finish.
You know, if you look at, and I only got one game to go here on, but Jackson's shooting chart is everything inside the lane, other than the 3-point, but on the season, everything is inside the lane. Again, shooting 48% from 2-point range. He's only a 52% free throw shooter. We'll find out here.
But
if
I've been
form holds.
But you know,
and he did.
His hands were good. He's
yes.
finished right with right and left-handed
yes.
already tonight. He's done a good job right there, just staying square, moving his feet, not fouling.
And he knows his role.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly. Talik with the 2 there, gets it by him. Bethesda moving the ball. Looking to get the ball inside to him. Douglas.
On the line.
Long 2
yep.
for B.J. Johnson. Metallic to Cam Wright, 3. Little short on that one.
Cam practicing his form, but I don't think it was form. Again, I think it was just the fact that he was leaning a little bit and didn't have the momentum going toward the basket. Plugs do miss Landon Short, his inside game tonight. Rebounding ability, and Landon's also, I think, had a great senior season. Let's hope that his concussion issue is resolved soon.
Yeah, he had, like I said, we talked. He got hurt in football season. Unfortunate. Got hurt.
That was
in the third
a
game.
Shoulder injury. Was that
collarbone?
Collarbone. Right.
Broke his collarbone.
Right.
I'm in the Ritter game, first drive, and then rehabs. Works really hard to get back in time for basketball season, and having a great basketball season. Felt horrible for him, but I know he's doing everything
yep.
to get back. On the bench, being a good teammate, all those things right now is all you really can do.
The other thing, too, is I'll probably mention it again tomorrow, but I've really enjoyed watching the JV basketball team play this year. Some players that are going to we're going to have to contribute next year with losing 4 seniors on this team, or 5, whatever. But some good quickness, not very much height necessarily. Got a couple of kids, but play hard and seem to have a good feel for the game.
No, they have and they're about 10 kids that can play.
Yes.
It's a group of
yeah.
freshmen, sophomores, a couple juniors. But yeah, they're all pretty skilled. They all do some good
yep.
things. And they've overcome the coaching that the JV team has.
Well, in case people don't know for sure what Coach Clement's talking about, one of his relatives is the coach of the team.
Yes, my brother.
His brother.
Yeah, my younger brother.
He does a great job.
He is. He's a very good coach.
Yeah.
Very, very good coach. But yeah, they'll put together some kids off that to build for next year.
Yep.
Metallic looking to drive. Gets in the lane, gets bumped, gets a call.
Let's watch here. We got 1:57 to go at the end of the third quarter. I don't know how many 3-point shots Cam Wright's going to get, but let's watch on his, not so much his release, but how his body is either facing the basket or falling away, and whether or not the shots go in.
That one he was definitely fading away.
Yes.
Legan drops it off. Back to Douglas. He's got a nice looking shot
yes,
too.
He does.
Really smooth.
If they meet up with Metropolitan in the sectional in 2 weeks, if they do, Metropolitan will have their hands full, I think.
Yeah. But I think Bethesda was number 3 in Sagarin rating.
Yeah.
Good move by Kaiser.
Yes.
I don't know what they are in the AP poll.
I don't.
Or the coaches poll.
Well, there's not very many smaller schools. I think maybe Tipton was they were 2A was, I would have to look at that. One of the only schools under 3A. I saw that the, good free throw. The IHSA enrollments for the next 2 years came out this week, and looks as though Spark Plugs will remain in the 3A zone. At least that's what reported by the Indianapolis Star. We're above the threshold point.
The 3A basketball next year will be.
Yes. Well, we'll wait till quarter. We'll have a little discussion on that and how it changes next year.
Douglas out top. Looks like they're going to play for one shot. Malagan into Douglas again. That one looked good, just back rimmed it. Cam with the drive, good finish. Oh, gets a block. I thought for sure he's making that.
Spark Plugs with 3 fouls in the quarter. That was Bethesda's 5th foul.
Makes the first one. Reich makes the second one.
You know, fans might wonder, why in the world would they spread it out here and go for one shot when you're up by 20 points? It looks like they're not going to here. But you play against the game, and in another 2 weeks, that skill might be required to close the game out. And the more that you get, more often you get a chance to practice that, the better.
Yeah. And I think they were playing for one shot, very patient with their offense there.
Gonna make a move too late. Tough shot.
They couldn't get quite set.
Right.
Malagan with the miss.
And it's the end of the third quarter with the score, Bethesda Christian 59, Speedway 39. And Shane, let's continue our conversation about the change next year in basketball anyway. Still 4 classes, but the number of teams in each class will not be the same as what they've tried to do up to this point. As I understand it, the top 20% of schools in the state will be 4A. The next 25% will be 3A. The next 25% will be 2A. And the 30%, so there'll be more teams in the single A tournament. But the reason for that is very valid, is the discrepancy in 4A is between the largest schools in the state going down to the smallest 4A is huge. It's thousands of kids different. Whereas in single A, that's not even close to being that. So that said, Speedway will be in the top 45% of schools enrollment-wise in the state, which will probably put us in the 3A category. And back to your comment, some of the 3A schools that were very good, that were 4A now, will be dropping down to 3A because there's going to be less schools. So you're going to see, probably Cathedral. I'm not certain on some of these schools, but some of these larger schools that are, smaller schools that are in the 4A right now are going to be dropping down to 3A.
Yeah.
And that's will be our direct competition.
Yeah, it'll be some really good schools in 3A basketball. Not that there isn't enough already right now. And
I was going to say almost a great play. That was a great play by trying to catch his number here. Number 4, when Drew spun dribble, turned his back, and he came in behind and tipped it away, but he was fouled before that. But Drew's got to watch that a little bit on this, and we all do, on those spin dribbles. Once you turn your back, you don't know who's coming behind you.
And they do a good job of, just trapping in good opportune times.
Yes.
I don't know if they're, Cam Reich for 3. Sometimes you don't know if that's coach-driven or kid-driven.
You're right. Those are things that you can work on, especially when you have a veteran team.
Yeah.
You can do things like that.
And you trust them to do that on their own when that's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
I agree. Bethesda's going to be a tough out in 1A.
Yep.
Holy cow.
I would agree.
I haven't seen a whole lot of 1A schools, but I can't see a whole lot better than them.
We played Greenwood Christian early in the season and played them very well. But Bethesda beat them 40 to 26. That was just recently. I think you're right. That's going to be a handful.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yep.
They're a really good 1A school. But there's a lot of good 1A schools too, though.
The South is loaded with 1A. We might think about it, talk a little bit about it tomorrow. There's a sectional down south that is 1A that's brutal.
I have never been there, but I'm going to go.
My ex-assistant at Southwestern is the head coach at Orleans. He's been there forever. And they got a really good team. They're ranked in the top 5, and I would love to go down to watch the sectional. Although they play next weekend, their last game is at home against Brownstown Central, who has a pretty good player by the name of Jack Benter going to Purdue. So I'm sure the Bulldog Gym down in Orleans next Friday, I think it's Friday night, will be packed. Those are fun games to go to.
My dad's best friend's from Bar Reeve.
Okay.
And so
that's one of them.
They played softball together, and I heard Bar Reeve stories, my entire life. Then as I got into coaching, I realized why.
Yeah.
As good as they are year in, year out.
Bar Reeve opens the year, I think, every year, the Hatchet House at Washington, and it's seats 6,000 or 7,000, and it's about full.
Douglas with the drive and the steal. Travel, good call.
Yep.
Ball into Cam Reich. He's going to bring it up. Plugs down 20.
Right now, Coach Bennett has his 4 seniors in the game, and
Cam Reich, I think they got blocked.
Yeah. Also Drew Metallic.
Douglas,
he double dribbled.
He did.
Yeah, the ball came up, hit his side, hit his waist, and that's the reason why.
Six minutes left.
Again, the Patriots averaging 55 points a game on the season, so they're well over their season average, giving up 46 a game. Plugs right now at 42.
Yeah, that ball stolen, tipped, and then back to Bethesda. Good job. Oh, Cam almost got Tierney there. Douglas could have thought about it, didn't shoot it. Douglas out top. Tierney. Dodds Malagan back to Douglas. Finish and one.
Seems like don't want to be overpraising the Patriots, but they do a great job of cutting to the basket on post feeds, and person receiving the ball is always looking for cutters.
Plugs with the ball, Cam Reich. Cam right off the ball screen, looking to attack. Good kick to Kaiser. Misses it. Douglas looking to drive baseline. Misses the layup.
That was a play called by the coach. He cleared a player from the corner from one side to the other and cleared the side out and just missed the layup.
Yeah, ended up getting the steal though. Bringing it back. Douglas drives, misses, big putback by Jackson. Drew Metallic. Driving baseline, pulls up, good. Oh,
I would have said good as well.
Yeah. Douglas looking to bring it up, skip pass, tipped.
And Coach Bennett. Taking out his seniors.
Yeah, and nice job by Bethesda kind of following suit here.
Yeah.
They're taking out some of their upperclassmen.
I talked to Coach Gruboms before the game and just very impressed with his demeanor and compliment Speedway on what they've done so far this season. And some coaches are just fun to talk to, and I've been fortunate this year before games to be able to talk to many of them.
Covenant with the ball now.
And a big opportunity, too, for some of the guys that played a lot of JV and getting varsity action.
Yeah, we're going to have to pull out a roster here. 22 Hines with the bucket there. Yeah, this is, I mean, again, like we talked about, the opportunity at the end of the third quarter. This is just as important for your program.
Absolutely.
That these kids get, you know.
Yep.
I don't know how, sometimes I say like bled in. They just need to get thrown in a little bit and in a situation where they just get used to the speed. A.J. Lund with a jumper. Three missed. Offensive rebound, Bethesda, but that's out of bounds. Plugs ball. Payne with the foul there.
Not unusual that I think a lot of schools actually now will host senior nights, not necessarily on the last game of the season, usually the second last game. especially when it's on a Friday night. Bingo.
Yeah.
I wonder if something like this happens. Just worry about a wrong number is the only thing
I bet that's what it is. That's what it looks like. They're checking books now. I hate to be the assistant coach whose job that was. I've had that job.
Yeah.
You have a little panic on your eyes when.
I never did that. Not that I didn't trust my assistant coaches.
You didn't trust
if
your
we're
assistant.
Yeah.
Well, you had Coach Maz. You had to take care of it yourself.
Well, true.
Technical foul. Yeah. No, not a technical foul. No, that was my job for years with Coach Bennett. Show me your number, match it in the book in pregame.
I would have to go, and you remember, I would have to go over it even before we went out on the floor. And I got the right number.
Three ball, good. Steal by Bethesda.
Pass ahead.
Camden Bennett with the foul. Our last three was Braden Johnson. Trying to get a number there.
Uniforms remind me a little bit of the Martinsville uniforms, and that were kind of hard to read.
Yeah, it's hard to tell the number on the front.
(72-48). We got a minute 35 to go. Don't know really what this substitution. Looks maybe like the player did, and I didn't watch it. Maybe did not report in. And we had this discussion last week.
No, he reported in. What it looks like they're saying is there's only one official book. That's the home book.
Right.
Their book guy looks like he's saying, look, we had it in the book. I handed the book to our guy.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? That's the debate
You know, the
right
other
now.
thing, and when I was a junior high coach about 1,000 years ago, at our school, we would always have the two scorekeepers sitting right next to each other. And so when there was a foul, foul on number 3, his first, team second, whatever. So you were communicating with the other scorekeeper the entire game. And even at halftime, you'd go over how many fouls every player had. And I'm not saying that was an issue here, but I think it does help if the scorekeepers somehow can sit next to each other, because they got to be communicating.
Yeah.
Because you said the home book is the official book, but you don't want, especially in a close game, you don't want something weird to happen that's going to affect the outcome of a game.
And I think the Bethesda guys were upset, and then we're like, hey, it's not that big a deal at this point. But
good play. Good play. Nice offense.
Good pass by Jack Elder.
Yeah.
Good defense. Oh, they're going to call a foul.
And this did happen to me one time. I was doing timing. We had a really good team. The first school I was at, we won the sectional. Last game of the season, there was a play at the end of the game, and we didn't have the tenths of seconds on the scoreboard. And there was a play at the end of the game where the officials were going to let me make the call as the timekeeper.
As the timekeeper.
Because we couldn't see it. What did it end? I was like, are you kidding me? You're going to ask me this question? But I think that's how it used to be done years and years ago.
Well, probably. I mean,
there's only 2 officials, and I understand
yeah.
it. And really all I want to know was, is our team going to win? Which way do I make this call? Not really, but I did make an honest call. But
did your team win?
They won, yeah. Magically, we won.
Magically, it was an honest call.
Yeah, we won.
Good kick out to Camden
Good
Bennett.
Ball fake.
Yeah. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser to A.J. Lund. He's shooting that. Misses it. Lund's a pretty good shooter, though.
Yes. He gets in the gym this summer and shoots and shoots and shoots. He could be a really good varsity. Always shooting, there's always room for shooters.
Yeah, he'll have to fit that in around his
get it in there.
His dirt track racing. He's a heck of a race car, open wheel race car driver. He's a heck of a kid, actually. I have a lot of fun with him in class. Trying to get him to play slot receiver for us in football.
Okay.
I'm in negotiations with him right now. Plugs look like they're going to lose this one 74-51.
So the Plugs record will go to 8-11 with 2 games remaining. Tomorrow at 4:30 against Cecina, conference game. And as I said, they will end the season next Friday night at Triton Central. Bethesda Christian, midweek next week, goes to Covenant Christian to play. It should be a good game.
Yes, it should.
And then they end up with Terre Haute South on the road on February 22nd. So once again, we're not going to be doing a post-game interview tonight with Coach Bennett. The roads were bad. We got some of our camera crew who do not live real nearby, and we want to make sure everybody gets home safe tonight. So we will see you tomorrow at 4:30. In the meantime, be safe. Once again, final score, Bethesda 74 and Speedway 51. On behalf of Shane Clampett, have a good evening, everybody.